Hello everyone, Shirley here. Battlegrounds are almost upon us next week, and I just wanted to do a very short, quick video today going over my gear going into Battlegrounds coming out, as much for myself as for you guys. If you were curious, I figured I would share it. So very quickly, I'm just going to go over my set pieces and what I'm looking to get still, and you know, how things are progressing. But anyway, I have the Eye of Ren's helmet, and the reason why I'm not using, what's it called, the Mask of the Unforgiven, is because of the sword I got, the Obsidian Edge Blade, lowers the hit cap that I need, and it's at 5% standard for PvP, and maybe somebody in the comments can actually answer this for me. With this sword, I reckon this actually goes down to like 3%. Perhaps for PvP targets, so I'm going to play around with that. It's probably the case, so I've got a few options. But anyway, Eye of Ren, because it's got, you know, good amount of crit and strength stamina. The Mark of Forge Ring necklace from the quest line. I do have the Will of the Martyr neck as well, which I've considered putting on. We'll see, because it's got 10 stamina instead of just the 1% crit. But, you know, crit's pretty important. True Strike shoulders. This one I potentially will swap out for the Spaulders of Valor, because they've got a lot more stamina on it for PvP. Bump me up to about 4k health with that, which will be nice, but that drops hit down to 3%. Like I said, I think the sword will let me actually do this. I'm going to have to look into that. But anyway, going back, the cloak I'm using is the Pale Moon Cloak. I do have Cape of the Black Baron, and I would like to have the Stone Spine Cape off the rare spawn and Undead Strath. Haven't got it to drop yet, though, so, you know, this is the second best option I've got right now for stamina. The chest piece, this thing needs sorely replaced, the Royal Decorated Armor at a BRD. I've been kind of stubborn on this one, been trying to get the Savage Gladiator's chain for quite some time now. I've ran that place, I don't even know, close to 100 times, it seems. Haven't had any luck yet. I ought to go just pick up, you know, a replacement for that. But it's got a lot of stamina on it, so it's not terrible. The bracers, I have the Bracers of Valor. Now, if I could get a few other pieces with, you know, hit and crit on it, I could swap these out for the Battleborn ones. Right now, I like them because they got a lot of stamina for PvP. The gloves are the Death Grips, because immune to disarm, huge versus warriors and rogues, so those are, you know, on most of the time. If I'm fighting a caster or a bunch of casters and I know it, I'll swap over to the Gauntlets of Valor just because they have stamina on them instead. The belt, the Brigham Girdle, because once again, it's got a ton of stamina, and that 1% hit on it might not need the hit, but the stamina is huge on there, and the strength is nice. I could always swap out to the, what's it called? The crit belt over here, Omok's Girth Restrainer, if I need to. The pants, these things need sorely replaced still as well. I've been trying to get the pants out of Dire Maul West that have crit on them. There are plates, and they got a lot of strength and stamina. They're really nice. Haven't had any luck with that yet either, though. The boots, Pads of the Dreadwolf, I want the Scholomance boots. They're male, I believe, that have 1% hit on them, just so I can kind of mix and match my gear even a little bit more. But these things aren't terrible, even though they're leather. They got a decent amount of stamina and a lot of AP on them. The rings, I'm using the Painweaver Band and Blackstone, because, you know, they're just really good all-around rings. I do have an Ogre Band, or Ogre King ring, but it's, you know, I think I'd rather have the crit than the Ogre one, just for the extra little bit of health. My trinkets are Blackhand's Breath and Hand of Justice. I do have, you know, the on-use trinket. I'll probably replace Blackhand's Breath for that when I'm actually using it. And then my weapons is Obsidian Edge Blade, of course, with Crusader on it, and Black Crow for that extra, you know, little bit of hit. And yeah, that's gonna pretty much tie it up. I do have a few options to swap out here, like this Crown of Tyranny I could use just for even more health if I wanted. Couple of necklaces with stamina on them as well. But that's pretty much my update at the moment. Oh, my one-handers. I'm using the Crest of Retribution Shield. I don't have the Draconic Deflector. This one, though, I kind of like it because it's got that block proc that does a little bit extra tickle damage to people. You know, it's kind of nice for dueling other warriors and rogues and stuff. And then for one-handers, I've got a Skullforge Reaver as well as the Argent Avenger. They're not great, but they're not terrible either, so... and a thrash blade too, just in case I'm, want to use that, but definitely useful. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Hopefully we can get some nice PvP gear a lot quicker anyway, going into the BG season or whatever of Phase 2. So, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.